So now we have discussed that glycolysis, its further products, the TCA cycle, the Krebs cycle, and all the pyruvate mechanism, pyruvate metabolism. So now we are pretty much in the fat state. We have discussed the fat state. So now we have fasting state. So during fasting, let me clear something. During fasting, whenever a person is in a fasting state, the major glucose producing process is glycogenolysis. Never get opt that option which is gluconeogenesis, because in the starvation, pretty much about 12 to 18 hours, the major pathway which is providing glucose is glycogenolysis. So after, when the starvation period is crossing 12 to 18 hours of prolonged starvation, then the main mechanism, the main pathway for producing glucose is gluconeogenesis. So remember, when in the scenario, keep an eye on that timing. At that timing, the person is either 12 hours fasting, or 2 days fasting, or 3 days of starvation. So remember, keep an eye on that, track that period, so in order to get for the correct answer. If the period is in between, is less than 18 or 16 or 12 odd, it is the answer will automatically shift it towards the glycogenolysis. But when the question scenario said 2 days, 3 days, 4 days of starvation, then automatically it is gluconeogenesis. So in fasting state of prolonged uh, 12 to 18 hours, the primary structure which helps in gluconeogenesis is liver, and then secondary ones are the kidney and the GIT. So the primary organ which is performing gluconeogenesis is the liver. So in the liver we have the metabolite which is known as the pyruvate. So in the liver we have uh, we have four kind of enzyme activity. Like in the mitochondria, the pyruvate is converted into oxaloacetate, and then in cytosol, oxaloacetate is converted into phosphoenol pyruvate, and then in the cytosol, the phosphofructose 1,6 fructophosphate is converted into fructose 6 phosphate, and then in the endoplasmic reticulum the glucose is formed. So this is the pathway in which the the traveling of from the pyruvate, from the oxaloacetate is to the glucose. So this is a whole tracking system. So right now we are in the mitochondria. So we are in mitochondria. Mitochondria in the hepatic tissue, in the liver tissue. In the mitochondria we get that pyruvate. This pyruvate is coming either from lactate, either from glycerol, either from amino acids. So in the mitochondria, lactate from the cytosol, lactate which interconvertible into the pyruvate. So lactate gives pyruvate. Then we have glycerol from the fatty acid oxidation. We have the glycerol which convert into the pyruvate. Then we have the gluconeogenic amino acids which are methionine, histidine, and valine. They give this pyruvate, and this pyruvate is get converted into oxaloacetate by an enzyme known as pyruvate carboxylase. So carboxylase mean it requires carbon dioxide in order to get converted from pyruvate into oxaloacetate, and this is a carbon dioxide related enzyme carboxylase. So it automatically required biotin B7. Biotin. So biotin mediated carboxylation of the pyruvate gives us the product known as oxaloacetate. So pyruvate gets converted into oxaloacetate and into the mitochondria. What actually happens that this oxaloacetate is readily converted into malate, and malate uses malate dehydrogenase shunt to get out from the mitochondria into the cytosol to become that the pyruvate is converted into oxaloacetate of the TCA cycle by the enzyme known as carboxylase, which is biotin mediated enzyme, and this carboxylation happens into the mitochondria, and the activator of this enzyme is high level of acetyl CoA. We have known that acetyl CoA is formed by the dehydrogenation of pyruvate. Pyruvate dehydrogenate to form acetyl CoA. So whenever we get acetyl CoA from other sources, like we get acetyl CoA from ketones, we can get acetyl CoA from amino acids, from glycerols, then these activate carboxylase to convert, to bypass the dehydrogenation process, to carboxylase this process to become pyruvate into oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate is converted into malate, which get that malate and travel it into the out of the mitochondria, use a shuttle known as malate dehydrogenase shuttle to move this oxaloacetate out of the mitochondria. So now we are in the cytosol or cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, the malate it again converted into oxaloacetate. So now the oxaloacetate into the cytoplasm is converted into phosphoenol pyruvate, and this phosphoenol pyruvate conversion is held by an enzyme known as carboxykinase. Why? We need to add phosphate. In order to add phosphate, we need a kinase enzyme. So the enzyme name is carboxykinase. So the carboxykinase add a phosphate group to the pyruvate to make it phosphoenol pyruvate. So we just here bypass our reaction to get our phosphorylated pyruvate. So pyruvate cannot be pyruvate. When the pyruvate is in the mitochondria and it is made up into the acetyl CoA, it is irreversible reaction. In the mitochondria, all reactions are irreversible. So we cannot make pyruvate directly into phosphoenol pyruvate. In order to make this happen, we make oxaloacetate. We convert it into malate. Malate dehydrogenate, use that shuttle to get the oxaloacetate out of the mitochondria, and in the out of the mitochondria into the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, oxaloacetate again converted into phosphoenol pyruvate. So now we get a phosphorylated pyruvate, phosphoenol pyruvate, and this carboxykinase is mediated by GTP, which is also used by alpha keto, which is also used by succinate dehydrogenase enzyme in the TCA. So TCA give this GTP by dehydrogenating succinate dehydrogenase to make succinate enzyme and release that GTP. We can also use this GTP to convert oxaloacetate into phosphoenol pyruvate. Once we get phosphoenol pyruvate, we can convert it into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, and this is a diphosphate group. And now this product, this substrate is converted back into fructose 6 phosphate. As I have discussed earlier, that during starvation, or during prolonged starvation, or during the fasting cycle, we have increased level of glucagon. So in the fasting starvation state, we have increased level of glucagon. Glucagon not only help in glucagon not only inhibit the pyruvate kinase, but also it helps to increase the level of increase CAMP, which phosphorylate protein kinase A. And once that protein kinase is phosphorylated, the bifunctional enzyme which I discussed in my previous lecture, that bifunctional enzyme, it gets activated, and this activation can cause breakage of that phosphate from phosphobisphosphate. So the enzyme which break this substrate fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is fructose 1,6 bisphosphatase enzyme, and it is activated by high levels of glucagon, high levels of CAMP, high levels of protein kinase A. So this happen in cytosol. So in the cytosol, that fructose 1,6 bisphosphatase enzyme convert fructose 1,6 bisphosphate into fructose 6 phosphate, and this enzyme is the rate limiting enzyme. This is the rate limiting step conversion of this, and it is stimulated or activated by citrate, which is the end product from which is the starting product of Krebs cycle. So the citrate activates this. We have discussed this. The glucagon, the CAMP, the protein kinase A, they all stimulate this activation of fructose 1,6 bisphosphate enzyme, and it converts fructose 1,6 bisphosphate and remove a phosphate group and make fructose 6 phosphate. This fructose 6 phosphate is converted into glucose 6 phosphate. So over here we have discussed the two major conversions and the two major pathways for making gluconeogenesis. At this point, this glucose 6 phosphate goes into the endoplasmic reticulum. The two pathways happen in the cytosol. These two reactions, first reaction happens in mitochondria, two reactions happen in cytosol, and third reaction glucose 6 phosphate is converted into is happen in endoplasmic reticulum. At this point in the endoplasmic reticulum, the glucose 6 phosphate simply converted by an enzyme known as phosphatase, glucose 6 phosphatase enzyme, to make glucose. And this glucose 6 phosphatase is very much important in the von Guericke disease, because if there is no glucose 6 phosphate, we have the von Guericke disease, which is a glycogen storage disease. So we cannot make glucose, and we have the fasting, no gluconeogenesis, increased lactate, TAG, increased uric acid, there is hepatorenomegalic. These all are von Guericke disease. So this is the primarily the gluconeogenic pathway, and in the fats there is a relation of the fat and the fast state cycle, and also it happens in primarily in the kidneys, in the liver, but also it is happening in kidney and intestine. So if we have deficiency of any gluconeogenic enzyme, we have hypoglycemia. Like we have, if we deficient this, we cannot make gluconeogenesis. There is one point which I also use as a important highlight, that odd chain fatty acids, fatty acids, they yield propionyl CoA during metabolism. This enter into the TCA cycle as succinyl CoA. This succinyl CoA with an enzyme known as succinase to yield GTP, and that GTP is used in this carboxylation. So this succinyl CoA or odd chain fatty acid is act as a enter TCA cycle, undergo gluconeogenesis, and serve as a glucose source. The even fatty acids जो हैं even fatty acid, they cannot produce new glucose since they yield only acetyl CoA equivalents. So this is odd chain fatty acid. This is the link that why odd chain fatty acids are important in the gluconeogenic enzymes. So this is all about the gluconeogenesis, and I have discussed all the important relations, all the fasting, glucagon, CAMP, protein kinase A, fructose bisphosphatase activity, citrate inhibition. So again, let's just review this, that whenever we are in post 12 to 18 or prolonged starvation, there is increased level of glucagon. The primarily organ which can make gluconeogenesis is the hepatocyte. Secondary are the kidney and the GIT. The hepatocyte have the mitochondria have the pyruvate, which can come from lactate, glycerol, gluconeogenic amino acids. These pyruvate undergo carboxylation. The carboxylase make it oxaloacetate bypass, because in the mitochondria it is irreversible to make this to make pyruvate to phosphoenol pyruvate. So the high level of acetyl CoA is very much activating this carboxylation. It is B7 mediated, and then we have once we get out from the mitochondria with the help of formaldehyde dehydrogenase shuttle, we just carboxykinase add a phosphate group with oxaloacetate with the help of GTP, which is provided by this reaction, succinyl CoA dehydrogenation in the reaction, and to stimulate this, which can make pyruvate phosphoenol, which is converted into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is converted back into fructose 6-phosphate by fructose bisphosphatase enzyme, and this is a rate limiting enzyme stimulated by citrate from the TCA cycle, and by the CAMP, by the protein kinase A stimulation. This enters into the endoplasmic reticulum, where glucose 6 phosphate is converted into glucose, our end product, by an enzyme known as phosphatase or glucose 6 phosphatase, which is absent in von Gerke disease. So odd chain fatty acid provide propionyl CoA, which enter TCA and provide succinyl CoA, which is act as a glucose source. So this is all about gluconeogenesis.